at this point, if we didn't see it coming, what have we been doing on TV for the last 6 years? Like,
Yeah.
we knew. I called it. I said he was getting on all 34. Like, it didn't matter what the deal was. It was a trial of feelings. We found out that apparently he's not the greatest husband sometimes. Apparently you can go to jail for that now. We all should be afraid, men.
Yes.
Number one. That's another thing. But what they keep doing, and everyone's like, I like you. At first, when I heard it, I was disappointed. It had nothing to do with President Trump. It was just like, this is the system. This stuff was happened in the 40s and 50s. It's not supposed to happen anymore.
Yeah.
And we watched it happen in real time. And even the De Niro thing outside, it's all part of the plan. And I even planned, it was like, I kept saying there's going to be the first time we have a living, breathing martyr in this country. And that happened tonight. That happened tonight. So, I'm ready to get mine on. Greg, I got my little, I'm calling it now, Trump 24 is pretty laid up and ready to go. You should be inspired. You should be, anytime you've ever been punched in the mouth, there should be a wake-up call to everyone anywhere, because if they can do it to a standing president, they can do it to anyone. They can do to a Mr. Wonderful who's trying to come in and create new jobs and be like, you know what, though? I don't like the way he votes. So me and my guys are going to get together and make sure he can't get a business here. So we should really, really pay attention. But they've excited. Usually you wouldn't get something like this made. This was a gift that was sent to me. But you know what I'm saying? Now this is all it should be. Trump 24. With no riots. We don't do that anyways because we work in this country. But none of that. We don't need violence. Nothing. We'll have a hell of a beer party when this is over. Kegs around, and everyone get out and vote. And that's how you win. We don't need to flip cars and act the fool and be dumb. Be like, okay, take the punch in the mouth. President took it with class. We all should too. And just get ready to. I can't wait to get in line and vote.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's the attitude. That is the attitude.
And we close on that.
the now president speaking to Charlemagne the God back during the 2020. This was May of 2020. This got a lot of attention.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Remember that?
I do remember that, and it was kind of appalling, if you ask me, just because for the simple fact, how dare he say someone should vote a specific way by the color of their skin? Again, that's a very primitive way of thinking. If anything, we should be looking at policies. We should be looking at the way the resources are going to be allocated in the community. We should not be focused on any type of pandering or any of this racism that he likes to mention all the time. If anything, we should be looking about where is that our values are being represented and who is going to represent them properly.
Adam Solis, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Wonderful to have you with us today. And it's a really interesting shift that's happening, and we'll see if it is, if it's a meaningful shift in terms of what happens in the election. But your voice is very important in this conversation, so I really appreciate you coming by today. Thank you very much, sir. So a little bit more of the speech last night at the rally in the Bronx yesterday evening. Take a listen to what this attendee told Fox last night. Watch.
You said that your dad came from Mexico to the United States, and he is going to vote for Donald Trump. Why is that?
When he arrived into this country, he didn't receive handouts in the way that we're seeing, and all these accommodations to the migrants. He came in here, he worked hard, and I think that we need to return back to those principles.
So Adam Solis is chair of the New York Young Republican Club Black Caucus and co-chair of their Hispanic Caucus, and he's in New York. Kathy Hochul, here's what she said.
I'll tell you, it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. He wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending they're supporter. Be my guest.
The prices across the country surging under President Biden, even more than groceries and gas. Uh-oh. Join us is fast food lover Brian Bremberg.
That's right.
Goes the Big Money Show. You do love your Big Macs. I mean, prices are going up.
Big Mac is a treat for me, yeah, but let me start with just eating out, Sandra, because those prices have gone up 21% since 2019. So anytime you're out there with the family, you need a snack, you need something to keep you going, you're paying higher prices. But now let's look at some of these prices based on the foods you like to eat. So there's your 21% right there. Let's talk about Subway sandwiches. I fashion you as like a Subway sandwich kind of person.
You said that earlier. I haven't had one of those in like...
No, you got the veg. It's all good for you. They're up from $5.50 in 2019 to $8.49 in 2024.
That sounds like a lot.
Well, it is a lot.
Is that for a 6 inches?
That is for a 12. That is for a foot long.
Okay. Right. Well,
but it's still okay. You like that Chipotle?
But it's up a lot.
It's up a lot. Go to Chipotle. Look at this. Okay. Can you believe in 2019 you get a Chipotle burrito, chicken burrito for $6.50?
Yeah.
You're paying $10.70.
That's not happening today. Yeah.
Now the only nice thing about that is you can split those in two and save a little bit for later. But you can't with this one. This one's the granddaddy of them all. Big Mac meal. This for me is still a great treat. Yeah. What was right? $5.99.
$12+ for a Big Mac?
And it's even worse in cities like New York. This is for the Big Mac meal, okay? So you're getting the fries, you're getting the drink, but still, you think about taking the family out. You want to treat them right. You want to give them the special deal. You're paying $12 per meal. You
so
got
4 of those meals, you're at $50.
That's like what it used to be to eat out at a nice restaurant for a couple.
Wow. That's interesting. All right. Well,
that's why people don't feel good. That's why they're upset about this economy and they say it's not working.
And that's why they
see this stuff.
They feel it every single day.
Yep.
All right, great to have you.
You bet.
Thank you.
Disproportionately being harmed by inflation and the migrant crisis.
Real earnings for African Americans are down 5.6%. African Americans are getting slaughtered. Hispanic Americans are getting slaughtered. And these millions and millions of people that are coming into our country, the biggest impact and the biggest negative impact is against our black population and our Hispanic population, who are losing their jobs, losing their housing, losing everything they can lose.
New Yorkers from the Bronx and Brooklyn told Fox they are fed up.
You're taking everything from the blacks around everywhere. It's Hispanics, all the people that don't have a lot. You're taking that and give it to the illegal aliens, which is totally wrong.
The border crisis is a big deal because we're seeing a lot of it affect New York City. It hurts everyone down to healthcare systems, and it's really poisoning us. So we just need to figure out how to get this city back.
New York's Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul, though, downplaying the rally and attacking Trump supporters.
Tell you won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president.
There were a couple hundred counter-protesters or so who also attended the rally. John?
All right, Brian Yanis for us. Thank you, Brian. Of course. Sandra?
Invite all his clowns. Larry Kudlow is here, host of Kudlow on Fox Business.
That is one nasty thing to say.
Whoa.
Because there were about 10,000 people there, all right? And they were people of all colors, okay? This was not a traditional Trump crowd in the Midwest or the South. You had New Yorkers, okay? You had blacks, you had Hispanics, you had Asians, and yes, you had whites. This was something much different. And whatever Hochul thinks she wants to say and whatever insult she wants to throw back, the reality is this was a shot across the bow of Joe Biden, who was losing minority votes. Trump is putting together, Sandra, and this is important, I think, and you saw it last night. Trump is putting together a coalition of working folks of all colors, working folks, middle class, lower income, working folks. And the reason they're coming out there is because, as he said last night, he has a business track record. He talked at some length about his work in the construction and real estate business.
Yeah.
The guy practically remade the skyline of New York. And they remember that without inflation and with $2 a gallon gasoline, they could afford things that they can no longer afford in the Biden economy. There's an affordability crisis. So Hochul Hochul and the Democrats are in denial about this, okay? Polls aren't those. The polls show very clearly that among black men in particular, among all Hispanics, Trump has a chance to take nearly half of the Hispanic vote come November, all right?
If there was a Democrat here, they'd be laughing at you, saying that's not the case.
Just look at the polls. That's the only
The polls
response I can
definitely
make.
reflect exactly what you're saying.
I
But
mean,
to your point,
you can't make this stuff up. There's actual evidence. And incidentally, a lot of smart Democrats, like the Obama crowd, all right, they're smart. Axelrod is smart. They keep saying, they keep warning Biden, beware, beware. Trump is coming.
you're writing about it. Here's your headline: Trump brings his agenda of economic renewal to the South Bronx, just like Reagan did.
Just like Reagan.
In 1980.
By the way, Reagan spoke in the South Bronx, 2 blocks from Crotona Park. Here's the other thing. Trump gave a very optimistic speech. He said, look, here are the problems, and he laid it out. Inflation, border, crime, and so forth. He laid it out. But he said, we have solutions. We have solutions. We will deregulate small businesses. Minority-owned businesses get clobbered by Biden's red tape. We will drill, baby, drill, and get gasoline prices down, get the whole inflation.
They're buying it. I mean, you point to the
and
polls.
we will stop the immigration, which is taking jobs away from the very people that came to that rally.
That's some of what they talked about. Here's some of those attendees slamming the current economic policies of this administration.
He understands what the country needs. He has the heart to do it. And, Joe Biden and, Bidenomics or whatever they've been saying all these years, they do nothing but talk.
The cost of living has spiraled out of control. I don't see Biden doing anything about it.
You call it affordability crisis. I say no matter where you are on the political spectrum, you see your quality of life and the power of your earnings going away.
I know.
You're not only not able to maintain your lifestyle, you're definitely not getting ahead. In some cases, people feel like they're falling behind. Fox News polling, when asked, who do you trust in the economy better? 55% give it to Trump, 42% to Biden. I have 5 seconds, Larry.
Trump didn't say to these people of color, you're victims of racism. That's what Biden said to the graduating class at Morehouse College, and it was disgraceful. Trump said, stay with me, and we will solve these problems. You know how wonderful that is? That is pure Trumpian optimism. That is pure Reagan optimistic.
I mean, here we we're chatting away. I didn't even get to the beef steaks with you, Larry.
Beef steaks.
We'll see you at 4
I'll
o'clock
take mine medium rare.
on FPM. Cudlow, thank you
Oh,
very
you
much,
said
Larry.
steaks, not steaks.
Beef steaks.
Oh, I had that wrong.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll listen at 4 o'clock, Larry. Thanks for joining us. All right.
I'm all for ribeye steaks, but move over groceries and gas. How surging fast food prices are impacting Americans, with some items more than doubling since President Biden took office. Brian Brenberg up next.
Boy! Yeah. And we close on that.